sailor is not defined by how many seas he has sailed, but by how many times he is willing to set sail again. For a year, I sailed. No rent due, no work deadlines, no noise from the world pressing in, just the sea, the weather, and what needed to be done to keep moving. You follow into a rhythm out there, unexplainable but steady, like breathing with the tide. But coming back, that's where it gets strange. On land, the rhythm is broken. The world wants constant attention, bills, schedules, obligations that never end. It feels foreign after living so simply. It's almost unnatural. Some days it feels easier to turn the bow back toward the horizon than to keep the pace here in the so-called real world. Because once you've sailed free, you measure everything else against that feeling, and nothing really compares.
What's up, guys? I'm down here at the boat on the dock, and I've got a few projects I gotta do. And one of them, which I'm gonna try to do today, is I need to give this hatch here some attention. I cut this out a month or two ago. I needed a new companionway hatch, and it fits pretty well, except down here at the bottom, as you can tell, there's a little crack, and that's from two things. My bottom cut could be a little off, could be not square, or the width is just off and the angles on my cuts in this direction are off a little bit. So to fix this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out and I'm going to sand down the edges, and then we'll see if we can get a tighter fit. And the reason I want this to be a tighter fit is I need to be able to use this hatch. If we're in any inclement weather, we want this to be pretty flush with the bottom of the fiberglass there, so no water comes in the event of a wave breaking over the boat. So need to get this all straightened out and figured out, and so that's what we're going to do today. Hey guys, I just want to interrupt real quick to come and talk to you about some merchandise I have for sale. As some of you know, my grandfather, Al Sprague, was a world-renowned artist from the country of Panama. And we took some of his smaller doodles, smaller drawings, and block prints and such, and we decided to put them on some merchandise to share. Go over to my website, pashasperch.com, and you can find shirts like this one, and many other designs, many other merchandise with art on them. And all proceeds, all profits go to supporting the trip, the boat, and this lifestyle. So I would really appreciate the support. Once again, the website is pashasperch.com. Go get you a shirt.
All right, I'm here in Carolina Beach. It's like, I think it's September 30th. And we have a storm that was making its way this direction. It looks like it's gonna miss us. But we're probably gonna catch the rain at least, unless something changes. So it took down the sails, ran all these halyards forward, and doubled up all my dock lines. And if anything comes, we're just gonna ride it out here at the dock. Looks like it's gonna be just fine for that. Might be a little wet, but it's all good. So this storm, we've gotten lucky. It's getting sucked out to sea by Humberto, and so it's not going to come nearly as close as they thought to the Carolina coast. So that's great news. Good to hear that. So all we're getting here is just a good bit of rain. It's raining right now. We'll probably be getting consistent rain for the next few days. We're wet, but we ain't struggling.
Carolina Beach isn't the absolute best place to ride out a storm, and it's not because of exposure to the ocean. The Cape Fear River and the Barrier Island actually give you decent protection from direct swell. The real issue here is topography and drainage. When a strong system pushes up the Cape Fear coast, the wind and tide stack water inside the river and intercoastal waterway. Carolina Beach sits low, almost at sea level, and that means storm surge doesn't drain, it stays. Even a few feet of surge here can flood parking lots, docks, and sometimes whole streets. Add rainfall to that, and you've got nowhere for the water to go. The other problem is limited escape routes. Snows cut the narrow channel connecting the ICW to the river can rip at over 5 knots of current. During a blow, the debris from upriver gets funneled right through. If you're on a mooring or anchor nearby, that current alone can do real damage. Even the marinas here rely heavily on floating docks and long fingers, which start to get sketchy once surge pushes beyond the pilings. Historically, this place has taken some hits. Back in 1954, Hurricane Hazel made landfall just up the coast and practically wiped this area clean. Entire blocks of Carolina Beach were gone. In 1996, Fran came ashore right near here as a Category 3 and flooded just about everything south of Wilmington. Then there was Florence in 2018, a slow-moving storm that sat over us for days, dumping feet of rain. The docks held, but roads turned into rivers. Carolina Beach looks calm most of the year, but when the storms roll in, the water reminds you who's really in charge. There was a time when every morning started with noise. The hum of engines deep in the hull, the vibration through steel floors, deck lights cutting through the dark. Out there, the river never slept. It never stopped. Now I wake up with the sun, sometimes early, sometimes late. If I'm lucky, it's the sound of the birds that gets me. I heat water on the stove, stir in some instant coffee, and just sit for a minute. No rush, no noise, just the dock and the day, starting slow. It's a strange kind of peace. There's still work to do, always something to clean, fix, or organize. But it's quiet work now. It's mine. Sometimes I think back to those mornings on the river, the chaos, the pace, the constant hum of machinery. Out here, it's different. The water's the same, but I'm not. Hey guys, another day down here at the dock, another day for a project to be done. Today I've got a few projects in mind. I need to reseal all the portholes, and I need to reseal a few stanchions, as well as a few other places around the boat that need some more sealant. So today I will be using 3M 4000. I usually use this or 4200. They're about the same, not much of a difference there when it comes to just sealing stuff. It'll work just fine. I also got some hardware for the portholes, some new hardware to make sure that we have a good seal. So that's today's project. Always something to do on a boat. Let's get started. Being on a 27-foot boat, you know that storage is always tight. So got to reach behind the fridge here into the garage and pull out my bins with all of my needed tools for the day, and then put it all back. So these portholes are leaking just a little bit, so we're going to take it apart and take a look. When I looked up in here, I noticed that the places that they were leaking from, there was a lack of sealant in those general areas, but the rest of the windows were well sealed. So just applied where I needed to and then put it all back together. We've got these portholes all finished up here. Hopefully they don't leak anymore. Another project off the list. It's early afternoon. Most people are still at work somewhere, counting down the hours. I finished up just a while ago. Cleaned up, showered off, grabbed a beer. It's quiet now. the kind of quiet that comes with being tied to a dock. There's always something to do here. Fix this, clean that, talk with whoever's around. The days fall into a rhythm, and it's easy to get comfortable, but I know it doesn't last. After a while, this pace starts to feel too still. You start looking out past the breakwater again. For now, though, this has been what I needed. A break from the miles, a chance to catch my breath. I'll move again soon enough, just not today. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another week. I'm gonna be here in Carolina Beach for the next few months until the weather gets a little bit too much to bear, and then the plan probably will be to go to warmer weather, maybe Florida. We'll see when we get there. I'm gonna be in Annapolis this next week at the Annapolis Boat Show. If you are there, come say hey. I'll be at the Sea People tent probably most of the weekend. Come by, grab a beer, and let's chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's always a pleasure. And I'll see you next week. Day 4. Cruising along. Downwind. Haven't had a shower in a few days.
Few weeks. Hasn't brushed his teeth in a month.
I brush my teeth more than this dude. That's for damn sure.
He spilled 4 cups of coffee in 24 hours.
Sure did.